good. Yeah, it's going now. Cause I already edited all this stuff before, so I'm prepared. Don't you worry. I just had to double check some stuff to make sure nothing goes wrong, which it looks good.
So wait, have we had rest yet? Or are we about
From
to?
before? No, you didn't have any last time
Okay.
yet.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I guess we're probably about to.
or something like that. But I was trying to
Oh.
think, cause what the time would be, cause like you said, like we said, it was in a different realm that you were used to it being like kind of bright almost all the time. Well, not bright, but you know what I mean. Like there was always some form of light at any part of the day. So keeping track of time was very weird. Whereas now it's like dark and day again. So I was trying to. I would assume it wouldn't be much different than where you left, which was probably close to nighttime, most likely, just for convenience sake. You could probably say that, but either way, it works. It'd be closer to night for sure.
Did time actually pass, or was it all like one night dream that felt like it lasted
I
longer?
guess you'd have to look at a newspaper or something.
Well, can we go ask the innkeeper
Or ask the innkeeper. I mean, you could do that too.
if we owe them extra for staying for so many days, or if he?
Well, I mean, yeah, you're free to ask.
Okay, so like, what's happened? Like, we've all just, well, like, what is the scene before us? We've all just flashed back into our bodies. What's going on?
Uh, it's a good question. I'm trying to think how to go. I mean, it's more like I think you were kind of like just you kind of like appeared there. I guess if that's the way to put it. Like you were considered gone.
So we actually disappeared.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, you were 100% gone. For how long you'd have to find out by asking somebody, because you have no like recollection of that obviously because you wouldn't know for sure unless you asked somebody. Because like the Fey realm, stuff like that, like it's unpredictable, and you were in a demi-plane, so that's pretty similar to unpredictable. Because Barovia is also a demi-plane, so time is unpredictable. Is basically what I'm saying.
Okay, so I'm going to turn to the innkeeper who we've spontaneously appeared in front of. Is he shocked? Like what do we see looking at him?
I feel like he would be kind of like trying to rub his eyes, like that stereotypical rubs your eyes and like looks, rubs eyes, looks. It's like I know I'm not seeing this.
Mittens would like some more milk.
Milk, you've been gone for so long.
How long is so long?
Okay, give me the how many days was it in there so I can give you the exact amount of time.
Approximately, like, I would say about 9, because it was about 8 or 9, because we took about 2 to reach each temple.
I think it was a
So,
day.
was it a day?
Yeah, it was like it took like it was like within a day to get to each one, so it wouldn't have been more than
Oh,
like
then
probably
5 days.
4 or
Yeah.
5, something like that.
Then 5, because it was 1, 2.
Because based on
Sure.
the 5 times.
Then I would say the beginning of the 5th day is when we would have left.
The 5th day, yeah, that would make sense. So, in games, chronological wise, just to make it easier, you would have been gone for 3 weeks.
Oh damn.
It's less than I expected.
And as you suspect, he'll I don't know. I'm trying to think how that would work because like you just came out of nowhere, but at the same time, like they didn't know if you already left or not. So like technically speaking, you would know anything.
I'm gonna turn around to everyone and whisper, "Did anyone leave anything here?"
I don't know. Did you? Like if you didn't say otherwise, I would assume you didn't.
No, that's why I'm turning to ask everyone.
Oh,
Like your
not that I
character-
can remember.
Your character would have or anything.
Maybe like a glass on the nightstand or something, but nothing I really care about.
Yeah, no
No.
collateral.
Then we should be in the
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah. Actually, that might be a little bit of a weird question, but perchance did our other friend, the Leonin, Ronan, did he, appear here at some point? No, maybe.
I haven't seen anyone of that description in some time, so hard to say.
No,
Hmm.
it's worth a shot.
Guess we'll have to continue on without him.
As that was being said, though, you will hear a marching of what do you call it? I guess you call it like robotic footsteps, if that makes sense. Like a or you know what that sound like? You know, basically like troopers, but with a robotic type sound to it. I guess like you can definitely tell it's not. They're not full on human steps. As you see
Oh,
a group of Warforged, as you can pretty well tell, because that's a pretty common thing in this world for bodyguards and stuff, because they're usually managed and everything. But then they step in like a guarding two individuals. One you sort of recognize, but with all the get up, it's hard to tell. But as they walk in, you would notice that Astrope would start kind of flying over towards the blue individual, as in if they knew them.
What's going on?
And he would be like, yes, my nephew that never got named. I see you've made your self at home with these. I don't even know if there is a name for like people that aren't dragons in this world. I never thought about that, but he'd probably just say mortals, I guess. These mortals, and he'd be like, "Yeah, this one over here, very good. He gave me lots of treat and stuff, you know." Like that's good. That's good. I'm glad you found your way, I guess.
As touching as this reunion is, can you introduce yourself, please, since you're talking to...
Would you like to
an
make
unfamiliar-
a history check to see if you can notice by looking at him? You have advantage, by the way, because you would most likely know who this is, 100%.
Well, that doesn't help me much.
How does it not?
me and my +1. Oh, never mind.
I mean, that's plenty. You would know this is one of the royal family from where you're from. You would know them as Etheria Desert Wind, one of
I
the
met
Blue Dragon royalties that you would have known from either happenstance or otherwise.
Have I met them before?
Have you met them? I mean, that's up to you, I guess. Would you probably have met them or no?
I mean, if my mom is because a recent, my mom's a recent, it was a lauded adventurer. Probably, at least once.
So you know of
I've
you would either way you would know of them. They're pretty, like they're literally the first heir to the throne essentially.
Okay, so then my prior statement still stands. It's just more contempt in my voice, and you can tell that I probably know who this is. I'm just still asking.
Oh, you absolutely know who it is. He even knows that you know who he is. It's like, oh yes, you're one of your He does like the snapping thing, like I can't place it. That you're some person, lady. I don't remember who she was, but I've met them once. He's acting
So
like he
yeah,
doesn't give a shit, basically.
no. And I said that way, so everyone else would be like, okay, so everyone else can tell that I definitely know who this is, and
Oh,
probably
absolutely.
don't like them.
Oh, absolutely. He knows that you don't either. That's why he's trying to be an asshole. But he'll just go back over and be like, well, if in either case, I'm glad you found my nephew and are taking care of him. It seems. I hope he hasn't given you any trouble.
Oh no, he's been an absolute gem.
So I assume
Can't-
you've given him a name, since I never had the chance or bother to.
Of course. I couldn't do something as rude as leave such an important creature without a name.
What is this name so that I can forget it later?
I've been referring to him as Asterope.
Ass rope? Okay, got it.
I'm gonna.
He's meant to be a fucking asshole, I'm sorry. He's a blue dragon, of course he's an asshole.
Sarah, you all can tell that Sarah is trying hard to hold back the fact that he is seething.
Oh my god.
Alright, so, what would, so Ronan, would you like to, do something, at this moment, as you saw them interacting with each other?
Not currently.
Not currently. Fair.
If Desert Wind pays any attention, though, he could definitely see that I'm getting impatient.
Oh yes, he is we're quite the busy people, it seems. But we came by. One of the reasons why we came by to check on and see how Asrope, I guess it is now, is doing. And
Well, he's gone and done it. You can leave. You've gone and done it. You've seen him. He's here. He's taken care of. He's fine. So you can just go back to whatever important business you have going on and leave us alone. We're perfectly fine.
You like see like these two like move out of the way. So like if either one of you wanted to make your way over, you can. But he would be like, well, that wasn't the main reason why we were here. Anyway, we did catch word through the grapevine, I guess you mortals call it, that a couple of adventurers working with one of the gem dragons was here, and we were alerted to come here and ask for a something of you.
Yeah. And I'll just sort of walk up. And just sort of. Yeah. Good. I guess that would be me. Hey. Sorry if I'm a little bit disoriented. I've just. How do I put this? Past 3 weeks have been a bit of a blur, but I suppose that would be me. What is it that you can ask of me?
Well, it'd be as a group, of course, but.
Well, yeah, of course, but
the it would entail you coming back to the continent, to the desert, which one of you is very so fond of, I'm sure. He sneers at Sarah a little bit. Like, he gives you like a very smug face, basically. Like, he's just like he's just like not saying anything after that. He's just like, yeah.
Well, are you just gonna sort of leave it at that, or are you gonna, give us a little bit more uh, meat than just the bone? What's the big part of it? Why are we going back to the desert?
It doesn't know anything.
What you s-
Glorified errand boy, this one likely is.
I just so happened to be in the neighborhood, so it just made the most sense to just drop by, you know.
Oh,
Let's see. An epistle. Jesus.
I don't think anyone here speaks it, so no one knows what
he
he's.
would. He absolutely would, because he's considered an adult dragon. So, like his default, I think is like 18 or so. I can't remember. It's a lot. It's pretty high. Like
We're the
without
same
even
age. God damn it.
either way, it's a lot. Either way, he chooses to not even pay it any mind, but he definitely gives you like a look, knowing that I heard what you said, basically, kind of thing. Like you don't think he knows a couple of languages? Like, come on. Sorry, 22. Sorry, 22 is the passive.
Okay, he's older than Sarah. Sarah is 18.
Yeah, well, 22 passive perception is what I was meaning, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Age-wise, he's way
Mine's-
older than you.
Yeah, fair. Mine's 16. Dang it. Not a character with super high passive perception.
I mean, he's the eldest for a reason. Well, regardless of, at least you have one that is familiar with our customs and of the like. This doesn't have to be a thing you decide today, of course. You have plenty of time. It's not an urgent, defined matter, but it is some importance that we can discuss in due time. That's also the DM's way of being like, I didn't 100% know what to do for it yet, but I have a decent idea, but I didn't want to rush into something until I had the full details. I just like getting something moving because this is supposed to be more of like a, get everyone back together type thing anyway. But the fast forward reason, just like, it's something that's coming up, so like it's more of like it'll be something that you do, it'll be good. But yeah, it's like my and his reason being like it's not an urgent matter, but it's still something that would be rather done sooner rather than later type thing.
well. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for letting us know. We'll take some time, ideally not too much, obviously, but it's certainly quite of a journey to get back, so we would definitely appreciate at least a day or so to talk about it, figure out what we're gonna do, and yeah.
Well, of course, you wouldn't have to take that slow hunk of junk you had to take here probably before. This one's much faster.
Oh.
He's saying that because he's an asshole. It's not actually that bad. Like, compared to what he uses, it's a piece of junk, basically.
Oh well. We'll see about that, but alright.
And then we'll keep in contact with my associate will remain in contact since I stay so busy. I mean, he is usually the one that takes care of my affairs the best. This quite lovely Leonin fellow was dropped upon our doorstep from literally nowhere 3 weeks ago. And he didn't seem to know his up from his down, as the people would say. He seemed to not really remember much of anything.
Really? You don't say. Huh. I'm just gonna turn to this associate, turn back to the rest of the party. Turn back to this associate. And you see if he can get a closer look, see if perchance, given that, we disappeared 3 weeks ago, is this who he thinks it might be?
3 weeks, not 3 weeks for you, because you were only gone technically 5 days in there, but it's 3 weeks in the overworld, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So to you, it wasn't nearly as long.
Right.
Like, it was like 3 times as long as you thought it would be. Or however that works, 2 or 3. Either way, it was still a lot longer than that. But yeah, you would you like to do any assumptions or anything? I don't know. Whatever you're thinking.
Yeah, perchance is this Ronan? Could I make like a history investigation or insight check or something along those lines?
I mean, you're free to make a. I feel like a perception would be pretty appropriate. I feel like, right? Because like you're trying to see if you notice like. Actually, no, investigation, because you're trying to figure out something by looking at something. I guess, yeah.
All right.
Because that'd be an intelligent related thing. What?
Nope, never mind. I don't have. I was gonna ask if I can make a case for using insight because you're trying to read or at least for Sarah, trying to read.
I mean, 19's good enough to get a good idea. Like from what you're seeing, this is by all accounts Ronan, but he does not look like you remember him being. Like he's wearing clothes. Like, let me post a thing. 1 moment. Because it's harder to see on the map, obviously.
Ronan? What did they do to you?
I think he looked better before.
There you go. In session chat, I posted what he looks like now. And you'll notice he probably doesn't respond to that name either.
Oh, what a fine gentleman.
Looks like him.
How closely are you staring at the lion creature?
Considering they're using investigation, probably a while.
Yeah.
Like a good few minutes at least. Yeah.
Looking up and down, like if you're paying any attention.
Like they're gonna like move
Definitely know that he's.
Yeah, at some point during this conversation, he has become distracted and has been tinkering with small pistols in his giant hands. He would eventually feel like somebody's staring at him and kind of look up over his tool set in front of him, over at the group in front of him.
All right.
It's us. Do you... Ronan?
You're gonna watch him like look behind him and then look the other way behind him.
Like someone's
and then he's gonna point to himself and be like, "Are you perhaps talking to me?"
Are you Ronan's twin brother or something? Do you have a twin brother? You look like him. I'm sorry, it must be a case of mistaken identity if it's not.
You'll watch as he like quickly puts away his tool set and like dusts off his oil-covered hands, and says, "I don't know of this Ronan character you speak of. My name is Ronathan Braveheart. I am the personal inventor."
It is. But you can make an insight now if you want to see if he's telling the truth or not. Or whatever you want to do. By all accounts, he's telling the truth.
My name is Ronathan Braveheart. I'm the personal inventor of Mr. Desertwind here.
Already? In 3 weeks? When you didn't remember anything, apparently? I don't know, Lane. Ronan was very stupid.
Oh, this
It's okay,
man
this-
is far from stupid.
It's okay.
He kind of tilts his head when you say stupid and goes, "Stupid? Why no, I invented these fine machines you see walking in front of you."
He sure did. He helps tweak them whenever they're needed to be tweaked.
I mean,
Uh.
the story lines up with Ronan, but could he have gained so much intelligence in the span of 3 weeks?
Yeah, have you ever heard of those stories where, someone has a brain injury, but then you drop them on their head a second time, and then all of a sudden it improves? I don't know if it's the same thing, but possible that was a big fall.
That's a good idea. You look over towards Ronathan, and a chair starts to fall towards him.
Yes. Ronathan would attempt to catch the chair.
Please do so at disadvantage. Because as you notice, he is not as strong as you remember. And he just barely pushes it off of him.
Yeah, at disadvantage, it's 8.
Yeah, 8. So basically you just barely get it off of you.
What did they do to you?
You'll watch as he struggles to catch the chair and then sets it down delicately and then dusts off his nice suit.
Wayne, what makes you so sure? I admit he looks similar, but mannerisms, manner of speaking, voice, physical capabilities are nothing like Ronan.
I have no. I don't know. There's definitely a connection. I mean, the name is even similar, Ronathan.
I admit that.
That's
That's
just
very
thrown in with extra letters. It's
That
just
does sound like a disguise you
horrible.
come up with. I know.
Just
Man,
thrown in with extra
what do you
I
think?
don't know. I wonder if he's from, like, I don't know, an alternate universe of him or version of him or something. I don't know.
With that line of reasoning, you can now make a Arcana check at advantage.
Ooh, let me do it. Let me do it.
I'll let Sarah do it if they want, yeah. Because they do have their thing for it, yeah.
28.
Right.
Based on your thoughts and what's happened to this so-called Ronathan, there was a minor temporal rift you could suspect.
Wait, that was a joke.
That's certainly possible. I don't think we're going to get anywhere by addressing him directly. This is probably something we should figure out how to fix when they're not standing in front of us. And frankly, I would rather not be in the other's presence for much longer.
And he would, as y'all were talking about that and just kind of thinking amongst yourselves, and then Ethra, however you say his name, basically like snaps his fingers towards 2 of the ones over here, as they both grab one of them grabs a what do you call it, like those little chest things, what do they call them?
Trunks?
Trunk, like a mini trunk, I guess. Yeah, like a trunk you'd probably like carry something. I guess a decently sized trunk, so both of them would have probably pick it up. So like they would have had that with them, I guess is what I should have said. They would pick that up, and then they would move that over here, and then as they do so, they're gonna put that down and open it up, and you would see a plethora of things in it. As Ethra says, by all means, I wanted to give you something up front to know that I mean good tidings and no ill will, and you can prepare yourselves for anything in the future. So there is some gold in it for you. Would you like to look and see how much gold there is for you all?
Yeah,
Sarah's just
sure.
watching him suspiciously. There's always a catch to these kinds of things. The catch is probably actually taking the mission.
This is just an upfront goodwill.
Mm,
There's plenty more you could potentially see in the future if you so choose.
I
But-
really wish I had detect thoughts on Sarah.
Would anyone like to take a peek?
I would like to insight check this man.
What, the one that? I mean, you could try.
I want to see you get higher than mine.
Oh,
Aw.
Let's see, because they're not lying, so like I guess I wouldn't really have to make any check.
No.
But even with either way, you know they're not lying. I mean, they're being truthful as much as they need to be. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what they're saying. I mean, there will be more if you so choose, you know. But yeah, they're straight up giving you stuff if you so want to do so. Take it.
Mitten's gonna put it all in his bag of holding. Examining every coin one at a time, hitting it against the ground to make sure it's not a mimic.
Yeah, because each one of you would have your own assortment of coin. So essentially, each one of you would get about 1,620 golden coins each.
Damn.
That is a suspiciously high amount of money.
Yeah, Sarah's very much like. Sarah sees everyone else like pulling the coins out, and Sarah's just like,
I'm
That
sure
is a
you need
weird
to
one.
resupply and stock up. So by all means, you can go to the magic shops and whatever you else need to go. So you have, let's say, a few days to make up your decision. Let's say 3 days. I think 3 days is adequate enough, wouldn't you say?
3 sounds reasonable, yes.
So feel free to spend the money, keep the money, whichever you feel, but feel free to look around and bide your time, if, as it were, and discuss amongst your group if you're wanting to take on very sus. Yeah, totally. But yeah, feel free to do so. Ronathan, I think it'd be best you stay with them for now. They seem familiar with you, and you can easily get in contact with me better than they can. So we'll probably stick around somewhere else without the riffraff, you understand.
Why, of course, my liege.
Very good. Good job. Good. He gives you like one of those like not actually touching you pats, but like one of those air pats because he doesn't want to touch you.
I'm gonna
Please-
tip my top hat and then just kind of sit at a table in front of the group in front of me.
All right, and then you'd see him snap his fingers, and they all just go away.
please tell me we're not actually going to do this mission.
So wait, is Ronathan with us when Sarah says that?
Yeah, he's there.
I'll say it in front of him.
Does Ronathan pay any attention though, or did he not even notice?
He's gonna take a large intrigue in the group in front of him and just kind of watch them closely.
Okay.
Okay, so since Sarah seems a bit suspicious, is there anybody else who seemed a bit suspicious?
I think everyone has some form of suspicion. I feel like.
Yeah.
Hearing that guy talk, how could you not?
That's Yeah, that's definitely a little bit off-putting, definitely a little bit suspicious, but a couple of things. One, this is a lot of money. Uh, I, I hate to be that person, but not just the money, but also, the value in the sort of, political alliances that you can make, the connections you make doing a job like this.
It,
That's something worth considering, and I know that guy definitely isn't the best person in the world. Definitely didn't sound it. I saw you weren't exactly happy with his existence, but
That's putting it mildly.
I
In
know it's
case.
putting it mildly.
I mean, would you
But
tell them who he is?
Yes, no, I was about to. In case you all aren't aware, not being from the area, that is the Crown Prince of the Blue Dragon Royal Family.
Oh, speaking of which, I finally got a name for them. Apparently, I forgot to give names to the ancient dragons, so here's the first one. Of the
wow,
Senrath. I think I don't know how you say it or not, but I thought it was great that it had Azura part of it.
wait, you came up
well,
with names and you don't know how to say it?
Well,
Zarnithrax.
to be fair, I technically generated this one because I didn't know exactly what to call it because I have a hard
Ah,
time with names. So yeah,
got it.
but it fit with what I wanted, so like it was good. Like it's like
All right.
Zenithrax, I think is how you say it,
yeah.
So,
or Zarnithrax.
Dinah wants to address the group as kind of like in hushed tones.
Would you like to
Um,
do a stealth?
sure.
Oh yeah, we're mostly
In
paying
hushed
attention.
tones.
Yeah.
Uh, my auntie had a couple of things that might be a bit apropos to this situation. She will say there's no such thing as a free meal. And also, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Given
I
that, I'm a
agree.
bit suspicious of all this money just being thrown around at us.
I agree, but it's not exactly, free money. I'm not pretending that it is. It's not. But let's get to point number two. I don't think we can really say no. Not just yeah, it's not just the money at that point. It's who we're saying no to. You said he was a crown prince. That
That's
that's
only
someone who can royally screw us over. No, no
At some
pun
point,
intended.
during that conversation, Ronathan would have actually started paying attention as he picked your piked his interest.
Would you like to do a? Well, I guess the only one stealthing was Dinah, right? No one else stealthed.
I would not have paid attention to him stealthing. I would have been tinkering with tools and then eventually
Right.
came back to the conversation.
Because I imagine you might have heard Wayne's part most likely.
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
upon that.
you'll see him put on a monocle and he looks over at y'all and goes, "If you're worried about where the cash came from, I can assure you that the sovereign ruler didn't pay that out of his own pockets. 90% of that money in front of you comes from my own pockets."
You?
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah's going to approach and put his hands on the table.
Oh.
Alright, if you're the one paying, what's your hand in this? You don't remember who we are. You don't remember who you are. You don't know where you came from, apparently. And in the span of 3 weeks, you managed to become the personal inventor of one of the most irritating nobles on the continent. So what's your game?
Ronathan looks confused and he goes, "What do you mean I don't know where I came from? I know exactly where I came from. I was a little orphan boy and I liked to tinker with a lot of toys and make things go boom. So I didn't have many friends, and one day when I was in the street forming creating the wonderful machines you saw walking in front of you today, I ran into the Sovereign. His family decided to adopt me and hire me, and I've lived with them ever since. I'm
But
confused by
but
what you
he
mean as I
said,
don't know
but
him.
but he said you just appeared on his doorstep 3 weeks ago.
He's just gonna look more confused.
I think he
Do we
meant
think
more.
me
I think he meant more
some
like he
sense into him?
was out of nowhere, not specifically at the doorstep. I guess he didn't mean like
Well, no,
literally.
no. Well, Sarah's not meaning that literally. Sarah's just saying that as a turn of phrase of what he said.
Exactly. Yeah. I think he
It's
just meant
just-
like it
he
was
said-
random where he came from, kind of thing.
Yeah, but he
I
said
will
it was
admit,
randomly 3
I
weeks
did go
ago.
off on a business venture to procure some special black powder that I have been inventing and sell my wares. So I was missing for a long time. So I understand why he might be slightly peeved off with my business venturing, as I am supposed to keep him safe. But I can assure you that money is clean.
The money is not what I'm concerned about. Lane, are you certain this is Ronin?
You know, I was certain a few minutes ago. Now I'm a little bit less certain. I mean, the things going boom is a little bit more in his favor. That's something that our Ronin would have loved, but everything else seems very, very off.
I mean, if y'all do remember, well, unless you want to do like a history instead, unless you want me to just say it, but up to you, obviously. But I don't care about just saying it. But you do remember that Ronan was like a tinkerer technically before. He did smithing things.
And he offered to augment Mitten's weapon, so
Exactly.
that's
so
why
it's not that far out of the realm of possibility. It could be some kind of
Right.
inventor if he applied.
Sarah
himself.
hasn't brought that up because he remembers that.
Exactly. So like Sarah could probably bring that up if they so chose, because
Mitten,
they would have remembered.
do you have this? Do you have your sword with you?
Why would Mittens not have his sword?
Just
Oh,
asking.
I see
Hand
what
it over,
I see
please.
what you're doing. Yeah,
Pull out the
that's smart.
dusk. It's been a while.
Dusk Shadow.
No shadow rapier.
Yeah, that one.
Do you? And Sarah's gonna hold it in front of him. Do you recognize this?
Would you inspect the blade, Ronathan?
I probably would. I'm very interested in anything shiny.
All right. Then you
Well,
expect
that's
the weapon.
something the cats have in common, at least.
It's true.
Yes, you would watch as Ronathan pulls his hand out from inside of his coat, and you will hear the hammer click on the revolver that was inside of the coat as he takes the rapier from you.
It's so good. I love that.
While he's doing that, Sarah's going to use one of his hidden arms to pull his sketchbook out of his bag, just as a backup option. But he's not going to reveal it yet.
Uh-huh.
But Sarah's doing that underneath his cloak and clothing, so nobody can see that.
The watch as Ronathan pulls out a bigger monocle and puts it on, and it like kind of zooms in a little bit as he looks over the piece of metal in front of him.
Stupid, like Ronan.
You're gonna watch as he looks the blade up and down, and he looks at it and he flips it over. You can see as he pulls out some of his tools and some whetstones and kind of rubs it on the blade and looks at it and becomes highly interested in it. And he goes, "This is a mighty fine blade. May I ask how you came to procure such a weapon?"
As you ask
You
that,
are-
Ronan, make a wisdom save.
You augmented it.
Because as you say that, I would say you make a wisdom save to see if, like...
13.
I'm trying to think how that would work. I think, like, since you... I can't remember if it's like a pass or fail thing. I'm trying to remember how that works. I mean, I imagine that's enough. So I imagine you would at least remember the fact that you definitely recognize the blade, 100%, but you have a feeling that it could have been something you made.
That's why I phrased it the way I did.
Yeah. That's
Mm.
why the wisdom save. Yeah.
Mittens, how did that weapon become so useful to you again? Like I'm looking at Mittens and giving a very pointed look for a specific answer.
Very pointed.
Mittens does the uses his changing powers to make his eyes go like in two completely different directions, and then he's gonna blink like delayed one eye.
Jesus.
Sarah
Oh.
takes
It was already very powerful, and then our barbarian friend made it so it would also regenerate Mitten's vitality when Mittens would hit with it.
You watch as Ronathan hands the blade back and goes, I need to meet this barbarian friend of yours. He sounds incredibly intriguing and intelligent in his own capacity.
He died.
You
No.
don't-
Oh, if
okay.
this is
Test number 2.
what? Well, yeah, let's do test.
Sarah
test.
hands the sword back to Mittens before pulling the sketchbook out from under his cloak and then flipping to a page that has Sarah has at least one drawing of Ronan in there somewhere, probably. I can't think of anything specific where he would have drawn him, but there's probably one in there.
Right.
So Sarah flips open to a page that has, we'll say a good enough, passable. You can tell it's Ronan. It looks like him. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Drawing of him. And holds it out. Do you recognize this person?
Ronathan goes, ah, you're a fan! He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a pen and signs his signature, his John Hancock, underneath the picture and hands it back to you.
You're a fan.
Okay. I am out of ideas. Lane, I'm not certain that this is Ronan anymore. What do you two think?
I don't know. I don't know at this point. Jonathan.
Mitten thinks this is a bad idea to have someone who seems so weak in our group. We do not have anyone except Astro with actual strength.
Ronathan, as you hear someone say weak, you start to get really mad.
What is Astrope's strength?
That's my way of saying that you go into a rage, essentially.
Oh no, it is high. Astrope has a 17, yeah?
Like almost instinctually you go into a rage.
You'll watch as Ronathan in front of you gets slightly larger, slightly more hulkier, and you'll watch as he takes off his coat and neatly folds it over the chair, and then you'll watch as he cracks his knuckles, and you'll visibly notice that the muscles that you thought were slightly smaller before are now slightly bigger. And as you watch Ronathan look at you, he goes, "I not weak."
Oh, there it is.
That's close.
He is.
See, that's how you get them.
Well
Man,
played.
off with
Well
it.
played.
Yeah, that's off with that suit as well. You weren't this well dressed either. You had like a loincloth on or something. And Lane is actually going to cast Silent Image to make an overlay of the loincloth briefly appear over Ronan while
Cool.
got his shirt off. Yeah.
Definitely looks better
Right.
without the suit.
Well, unless anything keeps his rage.
I'm munching. Sorry.
Yeah,
So-
you're fine.
Wait, how tall is Ronathan? Is he physically shorter than Sarah, or is he the same height as Ronan was?
Same height.
Same, probably same as before. I would assume.
But his strength was -1, so he's probably physically weaker than
You'll
Sarah
watch
normally.
as almost immediately after he gets really, really upset, you watch as he comes back to and goes, "Oh, pardon me," as he straightens his tie. He goes, "I don't know what came over me there." He'll put the jacket back up, slowly put it back on, and go and
Like
kind of
to
pulls
put it in
one cloth and
perspective, it was only like 6 seconds.
he'll wipe the monocle off and go, "Excuse me," as he tightens his tie. He goes, If you have no further business, I'm gonna go do some shopping in town." while I wait for y'all's response to my liege.
Hold your horses, Hercules.
Hercules.
Where did that come from?
He's just gonna turn around with a blank stare and go, "Where did what come from?"
Exactly.
You don't remember? Just a second ago? When you got all big and hulking? And was very... not fully threatening, but almost there. You were almost there.
He just tilts his head and goes, "No, why would I resort to my fists when I have these?" And you watch as he opens his coat, and he probably has anywhere between like 8 and 12 guns on the inside of the coat.
Yeah, that's about right.
He goes, "What?" He goes, "Uncivilized men use their fists. I'm a man of etiquette and prefer dueling and swords play over brute strength."
God,
Yeah,
what a...
with
God,
like
what a
real
loser.
swords, like big ones, not that. Don't you remember?
Don't you remember?
He's
Mittens has a working theory.
big weapons.
We'll take anything.
Okay, go ahead.
Ronan is lost somewhere in the multiverse, and to correct the mistake of the multiverse created a new Ronan. And this new Ronan just happens to be civilized.
Okay, okay.
That doesn't explain why the rage happened, though.
But it's still a Ronin. The genetics of a Ronin make them prone to being barbarians. So no matter
It's
how
genetics.
That's how that works, man.
He's just born a barbarian. That's I like that. That's funny.
Are we going to try to solve this problem, or are we gonna let him go do whatever he needs to do?
well, Mittens has no shopping to do here. Last time Mittens checked, this town does not have any magic.
It's been 3 weeks, so things could have changed. You can always double check.
I check with the bartender.
Okay, what do you ask him?
Has any magic item salesman passed through town recently?
It seems there's one in town today, in fact. There's a cart outside in town.
Really?
Mittens is gonna waddle his way outside.
Waddle,
Alright, I
waddle.
guess-
What are you, like a duck now?
No, he just
Just-
has really he has stubby legs.
Oh, sure. But yeah,
Okay.
I want to make a Resident Evil joke so bad, even though I've never played the game. I just love the what you buying, what you selling. That's like the guy, you get the idea of that's what they're doing, like pedaling outside. Yeah, the open coat and the cart type deal. But would you like to see his inventory if anyone goes to go look?
Sarah's gonna come with.
Yeah, I guess Lane will as well.
Mittens is gonna describe an item that can improve his connection to the fate of his to his fates and to his goddess, and like he's gonna take out his painter's tools and just paint the amulet of the mountain.
Oh yeah. Let me see. Double check if that was. Yeah, the +1 variant makes
The
sense.
the +2.
Oh, the +2. Okay, right.
You said the +2 would be 275 gold pieces. 2,750.
Yeah,
I mean,
2,000.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same difference.
I mean, it's a big difference. It's like 10 times different. What are you talking about?
No, it's the same amount of money.
Hey,
for
listen, Mittens, you don't have to do Ronin math, all right?
Yeah,
Mittens,
no Ronin math. Want to buy a sundial? Yeah.
Mittens has infinite money, so
Yeah, like you walk up to it, and then the owner looks over to Ronathan. It's like, oh, the one that brought this cart with them is back. Hello, sir.
Ronathan's gonna tip his hat at him and go, "Oh, you should have told me you were looking for some magic items. You just happen to be looking at Ron's Emporium."
Oh, you know them? I can give them a discount then.
Yeah, Oh.
What kind of a discount you think we
Nice.
should give them? What do you say? Would you say 10% seems fair?
He looks over at him and goes, "I'm a businessman, but I am open to getting new customers, so 10% seems fair to me."
All right, 10% it is for all your purchases today. And his on stock items that he's gonna reveal, just so you have an idea of what else he has, because he has potions as well. So let me get that list of things, along with a few scrolls.
No, if I could get another potion of Fire Giant.
No, the only potions he has are potions of healing, potions of greater healing, superior, and one supreme. And then he does have two very unique weapons that you have yet to see. Well, not that unique, I guess, but decently unique. Like a +2 longsword and a +2 scimitar, and a few things of armor. An adamantine breastplate, a half-plate armor resistance radiant, and a mariner's chain shirt. That's the equipment he has on hand. But considering it's they could still procure the amulet quite easily, though, considering it's a smaller item. He just didn't have that on open display because not everyone and their mother is a cleric and paladin, of course. So it's not always going to be an item that people can utilize. Let me see.
Scroll of animate objects? Oh god, there are 3 things here that I want.
I got the prices too, if you're curious on.
Okay, I do need the prices.
What's the one for the animate scroll?
Animate, Zone of Truth, and the +3 sling bullets.
And Zone of Truth. Zone of Truth would be 240 gold.
Okay.
And since the other would be considered rare, it would be about the same thing as what Mitten said. Was it like 2,000 what? What was the exact price that we did? 2,000 something. I can double check. I think I have the metric I used. Let me figure it out. Magic item rare cost. I think I remember it. Let's see. Where is that? Was it 25? Something like that. Not even close to that.
2,750 was.
2,750? Was that what it was?
Yep.
Oh, okay. 2,750 without the discount.
But with the discount?
10%. So that'd be like, what, like 225?
That'd be 27. 10% would be.
It's like. Oh wait,
yeah.
it's more than 200 off, isn't it? Because it'd be 10%.
It's about It's 275 off.
275. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
275. So it'd be about 2,475.
Okay.
For the
how much for
rare stuff?
How much for the +3? Oh, the sling bullets are probably the same. No, they're very rare. So
the sling bullet would be. Let me see. It's a different listing. Let me get the listing. That can't be right because it's a +3, so it'd have to be on the realm of. I'm trying to think how much that'd probably be a lot though. I would assume, considering it's a very rare. I'm trying to figure out where that range that I was using. Is it Xanathar? I can't remember what I used.
That's not true.
I have to double
Just
check.
want to test something.
I really wish I could find that metric I used before. For some reason, I have a hard time finding it.
If you give me 2 seconds, I have an Excel spreadsheet with almost every magic item in the game that has like a actual formula created.
Oh, does it? I'm pretty sure I can find it, but let me double check first. Because I know I found it pretty easily before. That's why I'm confused.
Mittens is now terrifying.
You're terrifying? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Terrifying.
Welcome to the Demon Trio.
The Demon Trio.
Yeah, it's a One Piece reference.
Oh. I was very
Now it's
confused.
me. Now it's me, Ronan, and Mittens. We're the triple threat.
The triple threat,
Plus 11 on.
Who's this Ronin you speak of?
right?
Well, I guess we haven't seen you in combat. The triple threat currently is Dinah, me, and Mittens.
Let's say, who is that?
Plus 11 on spiritual weapon attacks. I might not miss them.
On first turn. After that, it starts to drop off, but still.
That's why you're the third
Good.
member.
It's a strong opener, though.
That's
Oh.
why you're the third member of the Demon Trio.
Oh, here we go. I found it. Very rare is 27,500.
Oh, sick.
Mittens is
so
also going to ask if they have a golden reliquary worth at least 500 gold pieces.
A golden reliquary.
Right?
That's crazy. But I feel like he would look at Ronathan and be like, "Can't just give it to him. He needs it more than we do anyway."
You're gonna see Ronathan look up from the book he's holding in front of him that he's been writing pin marks in, and he holds up a finger. He flips through the book a little bit. You can tell if you look close enough, it's a ledger. He flips through a little bit. He looks at the page. He thinks about it, and he goes, "I'm sure that at some point during our near future adventures, I can procure something that fills the gap. I have seen no problem in that at the moment."
So you're fine with him giving it to him?
Yeah.
All right. He'll just hand it over to Mittens, and here you go. No charge for this one. As you see him like pull it out of like almost like a dimension almost. He's just like.
I look at Sarah and Mitten says, Mittens may now have one of your worst enemies that isn't a specific family. You know who
What
is.
do you mean?
Mittens can now summon a celestial.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'll buy the Scroll of Zone of Truth.
All right. Yeah.
I have a plan. Anyone who sees me buy this should automatically understand what my plan is.
240 gold would be what I would just say, just to simplify it.
Sarah hands it over.
What, the Zone of Truth?
Yeah.
Oh, the money. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Mittens is unsure if the Avenger and Defender will look like just cats or
A celestial
dragon.
cat? Oh my god.
or either celestial cats or celestial dragons, or maybe a celestial dragon cat.
A
That would be
celestial
great.
dragon cat? I mean, that happens, yeah.
I love it. I love it. I
It's not
can't
impossible.
wait to see
I'm sure that would be very beautiful, whichever way it goes.
And then he
I don't
looks
know.
towards the other members of the party, like anything interest you or anything, any special request. If I can do it, I will gladly do so. I can manage one more item off the list for the day, because I can only do it 3 times a day, of course. Well, sorry, 3 times a week. So you have one more item within reason that I can procure.
It's gonna
Pretty sure I can't afford the only thing I actually want.
What are you trying to look for?
The only thing on there that I think I'd get any use out of would be like the sling bullet.
Oh, the bullet. Yeah, the bullet would be really
That's what I was
expensive.
thinking too, because I have a sling.
It's hella expensive.
Yeah, it'd be a lot just for the one.
Yeah.
It is a +3
That's
after
from-
all those go up
and
pretty
it's,
quick.
and it's from a pocket dimension, so it's not like I can just yoink it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why he's
Mhm.
like always like stuff like that is always like procured kind of thing. It's like looks over to Lane. What about you, young man? He does question mark.
Well, I'm looking them over. Unfortunately, perhaps the one that interests me the most is certainly a bit out of my price range, but
And what would that be?
actually, the one of greater invisibility, but honestly, I could actually go for the sending one. How much is it for the sending one again?
The sending one. It would be 400 specifically for the sending scroll.
Lane,
Okay.
we have sending stones.
Yeah, you have sending scroll. Machine
Oh,
stones. Yeah.
I mean among ourselves, but
I mean, I suppose if you have someone exterior to our group you would like to communicate with, but in most cases we have sending stones.
well, all right, never mind then.
All right. All right.
Uh,
Perfectly fine.
s-
And he would have also introduced himself by saying, "The name's Chester. I forgot to introduce myself properly. Apologies. I occasionally get ahead of myself."
that's a nice name.
I'd like to think so.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post something in session chat just to see if this is if this would be okay for how the summon looks.
Oh, I get you. Like,
Because
I do find that funny because unironically, that would be pretty similar situation as what Ronan posted to when a sundial. Pretty similar. Except with like interdimensional type shit. I mean, that wouldn't be bad. It'd be fine.
finding a half dragon, half cat angel
It'd be
person
really
is
hard.
really hard.
It would be kind of hard, specifically that. Yeah.
Unless someone wants to use AI to do it.
This is. I mean, that would work fine. I mean, that's not bad.
What do you want more, a cat or a dragon?
What would appear more, Stone?
Like,
Would
what
it
would
be?
appear more? I feel like the dragon would still be more prominent. I would say a dragon's usually
Okay.
more dominant of the two. So like you'd probably have cat ears at the most. I feel like.
All right, give me a minute. I'll see if I can create you something. Do you want it to be feminine or masculine?
If they got us, so probably feminine.
So they'd have like some feline features, but not nearly as much as Draconic.
Want it wearing armor like what you have?
Yes, because one of the two forms is the defender.
Ah, true.
And which one did you say more prominent? Sorry, you said feline or dragon?
The dragon would definitely show up more. Like it would honestly be more like I said, like a Neko type thing, like where they have like the cat ears and maybe a cat tail at best, but they wouldn't have anything more than that probably. Maybe whiskers, just depends on how you think it would look, but anyway. I'd imagine the scales would be potentially more prominent than anything.
Yeah, you can keep going while I do this. I'll see what I can get you created. I have a pro version of one of them, so I'll work through some stuff.
I just didn't know if anyone had any other item they were probably interested in. I guess because it'd be one more.
Yeah, because this was the first attempt I ran with my prompt, so I'll have to tweak it.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's there. Actually, how much for the scroll of ceremony?
A scroll of. Oh yeah, there's a scroll of ceremony. Let me double check. Based on what I'm seeing, 120. So for you, 100.
All right, you've got yourself a deal.
All right. He hands you the scroll out of his interdimensional pocket.
All right. Perfect.
Pleasure doing business with you. As he snaps his fingers, and it's like if that's everyone's business, I'll wait around. But for now, I will be over here. As he walks to the side for the time being, so people can look around still, or whatever they wish to do. So yeah, that would be pretty good then. Let's see. It did stop. That's crazy. Darn it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. But would there be anything anyone would do anything afterwards? Like,
I'm gonna wait until we're all in a room that isn't out here in the middle of the lobby.
gotcha. Like, would you be going to like probably one of the other rooms that you still would potentially, I would imagine, still have?
Yeah.
All right. That's where you're at then. If anyone else is gonna go there, just let me know, and you can do that. Ooh, that's pretty neat. That's
Yeah,
probably
let's-
like that's probably what I would think. Yeah, makes sense.
You like that, or you want me to keep refining?
But yeah, what do you think? It's a good
Yeah,
start.
that's. I think
Oh,
that's
is it good?
honestly good enough.
Yeah, that's probably good enough. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool either way, but yeah.
yeah, it's definitely
It's-
really unique.
It seems to work for the aspect there that you were going for.
Mhm.
Very draconic, but with a mix.
Sloan, could you make a token for it and put it on my sheet so it doesn't take up a spot on my
Oh yeah,
list of assets? Because oh god, I
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
I
It
reach my
does.
limit every like 3 days, and I have to delete so many of the
You run a lot, so
library.
makes sense. Do you want a specific color border?
So something like gold, yellow.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can. I have to change the circle for that. Let's see. Oh, that'll work. Yeah, it's not bad. Drag and drop. Oh, you change the thing first. Just name it that, just so I can switch it over, and then. Do you have? Well, I guess I'd have to throw open a thing for it, right?
It's currently just called Mitten Celestial Summon.
Wait, do you? Because you don't have one. Yeah, you don't have a thing for right now. I guess.
Give me a second. Let me just back out of it so it appears.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's at the bottom.
Is it? What the
And it's
fuck?
completely at the bottom.
Why would it go to the bottom? That's so strange.
Yeah, my backup character is there as well.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I noticed like
Yeah.
the icons are different. It's weird.
Yeah, because I was able to. I have enough space to have the image for Mittens and the image for Mittens familiar, but the other two I didn't want to put images for them.
No, I get it. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh no, it has to be on the token as well, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Ah,
right.
he beat me to it.
Correct.
I was in the background making a token as well in case you were doing DM stuff.
Oh, no. Nothing really. So we're getting closer to that until after we get like the last bits. It won't be that much because I wasn't expecting to be that long of a session anyway. Because like it's more of like a setup for next time, obviously. But for now, like we're doing some finishing touches like with Sarah's. I'm sure they want to say something in character and stuff when everyone gets to a room that they go to. Their room, I would imagine.
Yep.
If everyone else is prepared to go to Sarah's room to discuss the matter at hand, I guess, if that's the way to put it.
Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
If you're ready.
Lead the way.
Okay. So everyone is in the room. I'm gonna close the door and pull out the scroll. Who wants to find some actual answers?
Some answers. Oh, I see what you're. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yep. So I'm looking straight at Ronathan while I say this. Before I cast the spell, does anyone have any objection?
No, none at all.
I've got nothing to hide.
So just everyone in the room you're doing it for, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not truth, isn't it?
Well, yeah,
Yep.
true. Anyone within the radius, yeah.
Mittens?
Pretty big. Yeah, Mitten's okay with it.
Mittens does not have any objections.
Granted, there are saves involved, so you could potentially still lie, but not lie,
Alright.
but not say the full truth.
What
If that makes sense.
What is the save for? scroll?
I think
Charisma.
it's 15.
No, I mean like amount.
Let me double check.
The amount.
It's usually around 15, but I could double check.
Oh,
I think it's
15
about
for-
15.
For
Let me double
second
check.
level.
got no.
For second level spell scroll, it's 13.
Oh, it would be 13. Oh no, I see it right. Is it level 2 or level what? Level 3?
It's a level 2. It's a level.
Level
So it'd be
Zone of
12.
Truth is a
Level
level
3
2
is-
spell.
It would be is it level 2 or level is it level 2 or is it level 3?
Yeah.
Is it
Zone
level
of
3?
Truth is a level 2 spell.
Oh, so it'd be
Second
DC 12.
Yeah.
But we're still gonna do it anyway. I think I can. I think I can tell who succeeds and who fails, right?
Let me look.
Yeah.
Some truth.
Yeah, people.
Let me double check.
I think the caster can tell.
Let's see. Create guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within
Yep.
range.
Okay. So yeah, I know.
They can't speak a deliberate lie, but they can still like essentially make things up to a degree.
Yeah. But.
But
still-
you do know if they fail specifically or not, though.
Okay, so Sarah's going to cast Zone of Truth on the area.
So everyone that's in the room, I would say, needs to make a DC. Wow, they actually managed to fail.
Nope.
DC 12.
Ronan would willingly
charisma.
fail.
Oh, you're willingly failing. Okay, so 2 of you so far. Oh wow, +5 and still failed. Okay, so 3 people.
Yeah,
Wait, yeah,
because
you
from my
can-
understanding, you don't have to make a saving throw if you're willing for Zone of Truth.
Yeah, you can always choose to
Fail.
fail.
Oh, right. Yeah, then Lamb would probably just willingly fail.
But keep in mind, you don't have to spew out if you were like, because an affected creature is aware of the spell, you know that you're affected by it. Thus, you can avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such as can be invasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of truth. So you can be very coy, essentially.
Mhm.
Like you can be you'll be truthful, but you can be kind of decisive with it. I guess that makes sense. Like You don't have to be obvious, I guess, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I have definitely had a few games of Zone of Truth with a few of my DMs.
It's very up to you how you do things, but as long as it's within the bounds of truth, it doesn't really matter.
Everyone in the room is ready. Before I start, does anyone have any questions they would like answered?
I can't think of anything in particular.
There's nothing I really need answered.
I look at Mittens.
Yeah, because
Oh.
you know 3 people failed and then everyone else succeeded, so...
Well, everyone except for me technically failed, because Ronan and Lane both willingly failed.
Oh, did Lane will only fail? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it would be everybody fail besides you then. So that works out, I guess.
I look at Mittens and Ronan. Do either of you have anything you would like to say?
I would like to just point out that my name is not Ronan, it's Ronathan.
That would be considered the truth.
Interesting.
To them, that is their name. Since they know it to be true.
So, you were gone for 3 weeks. Do you remember what happened in that time period?
It's directed at Ronathan.
Yes.
Yeah.
As I told you in the inn, I did not disappear for 3 weeks. I have existed for the entirety of my, and he does some really quick math on his fingers, 26-year lifespan.
Again, to him, that is completely the truth.
Do you have no family to speak of? Everyone can see that, and you all can tell that Sarah is surprised by what he's saying. So you can all probably infer that Sarah knows that he failed failed and can't lie.
Yeah.
So everyone else can probably tell based on Sarah's reactions that he shouldn't be able to lie in this state.
Mittens is counting on his fingers the amount of years Mittens has been alive. And he was counting on one hand and just creating another finger. Another one, another one, another one.
Again, Ronathan is just going to sit back with a disgruntled sigh and say, I have already told you I was an orphan and I was adopted by the sovereign family. The only family that I have, so to speak, of this day is the sovereign and his family.
You should have asked
It wouldn't be very good or in my favor as a businessman to be lying now, would it? It'd be bad for my business partners.
Did anyone find out what Ronan's wife's name was?
Did he have a wife?
Yeah, he mentioned it.
Oh.
I don't know. Oh, not.
I actually don't know either. I don't
I
remember.
know. That's Sarah asking if anyone knows because he
Oh.
doesn't remember.
Right.
I don't remember. Oh.
How?
Listen, what was your wife's name again?
Are you asking this to Ronathan?
Yeah. Just blunt. See if it works.
My last name is Braveheart.
Ooh.
Braveheart. Your wife's name, not your last name. I'm sorry.
Oh, wife's name. I thought you said last name.
Oh,
so my bad.
wife's name.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how that happened.
My bad.
I
No,
do
it's
actually.
fine.
I'm tired. It's
Hey.
probably my fault.
What is this
You're
D&D
fine.
playing? I
You
know,
probably
right?
said wife's name, and my brain processed last name. Ronathan will look confused and go, "Wife? I don't have a wife."
Oh.
Wow. And to you, and from what you can tell, Sarah, he is telling the truth from his ability. He
I'm gonna
truly
watch as this goes
believes.
on.
He truly believes he doesn't have a wife.
How often do you go into short bursts of rage that you don't have memory of? Or I should say, how often do you experience bursts of, we'll say, haziness in your mind that you don't remember experiencing?
As this goes on, you're gonna watch Ronathan pull this out and then start making bullets on the counter in front of
All
him.
right, sounds good.
And he's just gonna look up very confused for a second and say, I don't have any fuzziness in any of my memory. I remember everything very clearly.
Okay. What do you really think of? Why do I not remember his name? I hate him so much, and I don't remember what his name is.
What the?
What do you?
Uh,
What?
the
Ethera. What do you really think of
Ethera.
Ethera?
Ethera, yeah.
I am grateful to his family for adopting me and giving me a place to live, and I think that it is a great business venture, as I am with nobility and able to speak to high-ranking officials, which make me a lot of cash, as you are all well aware.
Okay, but do you think he's a jackass or no?
Answer the question.
Sarah bursts out laughing as you ask that.
Technically speaking, yeah, they're asking you like truthfully if you think they're an asshole or not.
He just looks over at, because again, no one has introduced himself, so he's just gonna
Sure,
look at
they haven't.
the small 2-foot tall talking thing and look over at him underneath, like from his chair, and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were there. As for if I think he is an asshole or jackass or not, no, I don't really have many opinions about people. I try to remain neutral because I think of how much money and profit can I make."
Again, still truthful.
Huh.
Does anyone have any ways to search someone's mind or thoughts?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't.
I don't think any of you do, as far as I
Not
remember.
really.
But because detect thoughts is the only thing I know of. I don't think any of you can do
Yeah,
Um,
I don't have that.
that. I don't think so. Let me double check. I'm just curious.
Mittens may be able to ask some.
Bard, sorcerer, wizard.
Yeah, so I'm the only one who could, and I
Yeah.
don't.
And you can't do it like a wizard can. You'd have to have that on level up.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mittens, let's go with your plan.
Yeah, what's your plan, Mittens?
Mittens can just do the good old ask the all-knowing goddess.
The goddess. Are you
Hey,
easier once per day?
That isn't a once per day. It's you didn't give it a number of uses for the divine guidance part.
Oh, I'm trying to double. I didn't actually know that. I would assume. Would it be similar to the level 10 ability?
No, because the level 10 ability,
Oh, that's a lot better. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, that actually makes an active divine power happen.
Probably long rest. I think would be fair.
Okay.
I think that would be fair because just any old time. No. I think long rest makes sense. So yeah, once per day for the most part, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you're good. I just wanted to make sure because I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna be a free thing. Good. I'm glad I saw that. But yeah, you can ask the your goddess about that, I guess, to see what was your question exactly.
What happened to our friend Ronan? Is this some version of him, or is this some completely different entity?
Ah, so you ask about your compatriot Ronan. Well, don't you see him before you? I don't understand the question. Are you asking what happened to him after the fact he disappeared from you, specifically?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, to put it into simplified terms, once he fell over the edge toward the lava and fire and sort, he was taken back to the material world, but not in the same place you left, but in the Draconic Desert, the Draconic Blue Desert, specifically. He was in the city. He got found by the person you saw him with, and everything else, and it's literally just him, but he forgot who he was. So to him, he is not the one you're talking to. So, like, he doesn't know who he is. Hopefully that is a sufficient explanation. Well, I need to get back to my divine duties.
Mittens just sat during that entire time. His eyes were glowing.
Yeah, you're just like kind of like
like-
in like a trance, basically.
Yeah, like in moonlight. They were going like the moon.
Jonathan is gonna look at the rest of the group and just be like, "Is he good? Should I be slightly concerned?"
He'll be
I have never
fine.
seen him like this.
He'll
He's probably
be-
fine.
Don't
Mittens, you
worry,
good?
he'll be fine.
It'll like try to shake Mittens, and like probably after a few seconds after he's done, he like probably like wakes up out of it and being like, now he just talks to you, I guess. You're being shaken.
Mittens has found the truth.
And
This is, in fact, the same person. Some trauma may have happened from plane shifting from the wrong spot.
Since you get the idea of what happened, I'm just gonna tell you straight up what we're going with. It's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde concept. Where like he doesn't know anything about the other half and so on and so forth.
Who here? If that's unfamiliar to you, if you've ever watched Moon Knight, that's essentially what's happening.
Right. I guess that would, I don't know if that is either, but I get what you're trying to go for, I guess.
so it's alter egos?
Alter egos, yep. That would be a good way to put it.
Alter egos or MPD, multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, it's one of the two. Either way.
It's dissociative identity disorder now.
Yeah. Dissociation, yeah. That would be correct.
Well, no, they literally like changed the.
They
Did
changed the
they?
name.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that. That's cool.
It's
Yeah,
it's
it-
dissociative identity disorder now.
It makes sense,
DID.
but yeah, essentially along those lines. Like, he doesn't
Yeah,
know about the
time
other,
loss and
and
stuff.
essentially, yeah.
Okay. So what? We're just gonna have to get used to this guy until we need to bring Ronan out for something?
Basically.
Seems to be the case, yeah.
Okay, so what do we do to trigger it? The rage seemed to have been a good start. Is there any way to sustain that state?
Barbarians, from what I could tell from our fights with Ronan as an ally, Mittens would say that prolonged getting punched in the fucking face
Yeah.
will probably keep Ronan out.
Like, just to simplify things, like, you can basically, after all this, you can officially figure out, as long as he's in some form of, like, danger, or anyone else around him in danger, he'll be Ronan. For that time period.
Okay.
But out of combat, he's gonna be this guy.
Interesting.
Interesting.
And and to put it into perspective, his stats are swapped right now, essentially. So his strength is his intelligence, essentially, right now, and it reverses whenever he gets Ronan again.
Should we test it?
You could definitely try, I guess, if you want to.
I'm asking the
Oh,
group.
okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, whatever you want to do.
Fuck
I
no.
suppose this... This is realistically the safest we could be about testing it. If you want to do it now,
Oh
But-
god. Just going straight for
Flicking him. This is the least damaging thing I can do. So, just gets flicked and pushed back 5 feet into the wall. Strength save, strength save, strength save.
Yes, good thing Ronathan is bad at those.
Yeah, he's got disadvantage on it.
Oh, it doesn't.
Until he switches again.
It's a DC, what, 17. Pushed back 5 feet and into the wall.
You get slightly shoved into the wall.
Did that work?
I don't know. Did it work?
I don't want to actually hurt him if I don't have to.
The whole party is like, how do we not physically get pummeled?
It's so true though, because like there's a risk of you like just getting the fuck beat out of you.
I mean, Sarah's more concerned for the rest of them.
Well, yeah, I meant like in
So-
a whole.
I mentally got, well, I mean, he mentally shoved me 5 feet and into the wall.
What's the reaction?
I don't know. It's up to. Would you have a reaction?
I know, that's what I was processing. I was like,
It's up to you. It's up to you, I guess. Does it seem provoke you enough? I guess I don't know.
Ronathan is gonna, like, slump back off the wall and be like, well, now that wasn't very nice of you. What was that for?
Oh, that's so good.
Ronan was resistant to fire before, right?
Yeah, I was.
You would know that.
Yeah, no, Sarah's double checking. He
You would-
knows.
Yeah, you would know for sure either way. Yeah.
This is everyone's last chance to object before I do something that could potentially put all of us in danger.
Yeah. Give me give Mittens exactly 11 minutes.
That's a very specific amount of time.
He's casting a ritual spell, isn't he?
Yeah.
As Mittens starts preparing his cardboard box.
No, actually, you know what?
Not the cardboard box.
Oh, Ronan wasn't there for that.
No, 'cause it's
Yeah,
poison.
they have.
No, I
the-
wasn't.
Yeah, they have the cardboard box for their tiny hut, basically. It's a giant cardboard box.
Why does Firefoot not have? I don't want to stab him with a dagger. Why does Firefoot not have a bludgeoning weapon?
I don't know. That's up to you. You could have got him one.
I mean,
Uh,
technically speaking, Firefoot has the best bludgeoning weapon
His
known
fist.
to man in his head. No, his
Oh.
head. You
Oh, his
gotta
head.
use the noggin a little bit. Headbutt him.
Yeah, this
But
guy's
But
he's
fist
awesome.
is the more
but he's
conventional
gonna
choice.
poison him if he makes physical contact.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, still.
That's the other.
I mean, I'm
thing,
wearing a
right?
coat. Can you make physical contact through clothing?
No, you can't. It has to be on the
Okay,
skin.
then yeah. Let's see. What is Firefoot strength? Oh, that sucks. Okay, we're gonna try this then. Firefoot, go up and hit him. Yeah, there we go.
You
We'll
say
send-
this out loud is the question.
Yeah. Yeah. Does 12 hit?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, 12 definitely wouldn't hit.
Roll it back.
Because his dex is still, like, the same and everything, so it wouldn't really
14.
change. No.
14 doesn't hit me either.
I think you
I'm gonna
still.
give.
I think you keep your
You know
AC, right? Yeah, you do. Because you still.
Gonna
Yeah, I
hand
kept
him
the
the-
same AC.
I'm going to toss him the sling, and he's gonna take 5 steps back. Hits you with a sling bullet.
23 will hit.
I love it. I love it so much.
Mittens is hiding in the box. He has given access to everyone but Ronan into the
Besides
box.
Dude, now,
Jesus.
Firefoot pulls out the sling and just pops him with a pellet.
So fucking good.
You're gonna watch as he touches his head and there's a small amount of blood, and you're just gonna watch as he pulls the jacket off slowly, puts it on the chair with all of the guns. You're gonna watch him pick up his cane, and he's gonna like kind of snap it in two as it forms into two hammers, and then you're just gonna watch as he walks over to Firefoot and grabs him like a bear hug.
Do you grab him
That's gonna
with
poison him.
your with your? I guess your hands are gonna end up touching him at some point, correct?
Well, it says if it's a bear
Well,
hug, it's grappling.
I still have the dress shirt underneath, and I'm like grabbing him with my.
Well, your
forearms,
hands
not
aren't covered, correct?
correct. They're not covered.
So
Then,
yeah,
yeah,
if you're going
that'll
for a
make it-
full-on bear hug, then by the end of it, you would.
Boy,
Yeah.
That's fine.
Making-
He's also gonna take, because of my new ability I have, he'll take fire damage from me touching him.
With the grapples, with the touching within 5 feet. Yeah.
okay.
hmm
This is why we
He'll
use the
take-
sidekick to test this.
Indeed. Now you get to see the new ability I have that when I rage, if I touch something, they take fire damage.
Yeah.
Con save. Do it.
Con save.
Yeah.
See,
he's probably
con
gonna-
save doesn't change for Ronan though, so we're good.
Yeah.
It's the same.
That's also why.
Oh,
It's fine.
that was close. That's crazy.
Oh no, I passed, huh? It's 12, yeah?
Yeah, you still passed.
Yeah,
So.
12.
You almost
I rolled a
failed.
3 and
The
still
fact you
passed.
rolled that low with a +9 is.
No, I'm laughing at the fact that you almost
Yeah.
failed.
With the +9. Yeah.
That's because we're still Oh, that's because I'm on Ronathan's character.
Yeah, you
sheet,
rolled
that's why.
You rolled a 3.
He doesn't like Ronathan.
Just the fact that you almost failed.
The fact you rolled a 3.
did.
One, like you had you had 2 chances to fail out of 20.
That's the
And you
that's the
rolled
fire
the
damage you were
next
taking.
lowest.
4 fire damage with the successful.
Wild.
That is pretty wild.
Hey, look, there's a reason he's got so much con, alright? That's the +9 kicking in right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sarah's gonna watch this and then try this again. See if this is.
Well, I would like to see if I successfully grapple him because you're
No.
gonna laugh at what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, you're
Well,
you're
then-
considered Ronan right now, so that's even funnier.
I switched
considering
back over.
you're- Yeah,
So
since you're
Sarah
Ronan.
doesn't know that.
Wait,
so
you're switching
he's-
again? Is that what's going on?
No, I legitimately have 2 character sheets for Ronan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
So I
have.
have, as you can see, one says Ronathan and one says Ronan.
Yeah, so you'd be
I have
Ronan right
swap.
now, yeah.
21 for the check.
21 athletics. I guess
Yeah,
you
that-
could attempt to. Oh, you're doing it
Do I need?
for.
Oh wait.
Yeah, for
That's
the.
probably I should have moved like this.
Right. Yeah.
Oof.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Got him.
Chris Jericho, Firefoot.
Chris
do the table.
Jericho. The fuck?
Yeah, you ain't never seen it? Hang on.
That sounds familiar though. The name. The name
Oh,
sounds familiar, but I
no.
can't think of what
It's
you're
a
referring
pro
to.
wrestler,
Yeah, it is definitely a wrestler or something.
former pro wrestler.
You ain't
Oh,
never
fun.
seen this?
Oh, yeah, that sounds familiar.
Power bomb
Chris Jericho. Jesus.
to the table.
Hold on,
Power
I'll
bomb.
be right back. Oh, boy.
Oh, that's funny.
I figured you wouldn't mind because it's your small traveling companion and he doesn't have too many feelings.
Well, yeah, that's why he doesn't even have a character anymore. He doesn't talk. That's why I'm slowly like, we're probably gonna leave him behind somewhere, but
Damn.
for now, he's good fodder.
Just so you understand though, when Ronan takes over, it's not full Ronan. In this instance, it's like Hulk when he's pissed off and beats the shit out of the Avengers. The same concept.
Okay, and so after you slam him onto the ground is when Sarah tries to shove you again to see if this works.
What do you need from me?
Strength save.
Is that another strength save?
And you can't see the hand, so you don't know Sarah's doing this. You probably did as Ronathan.
I can't see magic as Ronan, but as Ronathan, he definitely has magic.
So yeah, so Ronathan knows that Sarah shoved him the first time. Ronan does not.
Saving throw. Gotcha. 24.
Okay, yep, that's interesting.
You'll watch as you like shove him, and while he doesn't understand where the shoving is coming from, you'll watch his like eyes are like pure pupil white. There's no like color as he looks around for the next person to Chris Jericho powerbomb into a table.
Huh. I guess Mittens was correct.
Yeah.
His ability to resist my magic, at least this particular one, is much stronger. So this... Ronan, do you know where you are?
Are you still out of cover?
I am. Sarah is. Sarah's been this whole time. He's just standing there.
You watch as he whips around and faces you,
Okay.
and then slowly
Sorry,
walks
I
over
finally
to
made
you.
it back. I really had to pee bad.
It's fine. We kept going.
No, I heard.
You just
from the
missed
stream.
me. Oh, did you? Okay, yeah.
I heard you make the Bruce Banner / Hulk reference, and I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes more sense now. Because like,
Yeah, you'll watch as he
they don't
turns around
recognize
and
them, basically. Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna turn around and look at you, and then start lumbering over towards you.
I just can't help myself but say puny god reference incoming.
Oh
Just,
dear.
slams.
Are you... Oh dear. Are you coming after me?
The zone of
Yeah.
truth
Quite-
is still active.
This is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen.
Be
to
quite a shame if you couldn't see which one it was. And then, as Sarah said, that he's going to mirror. He's going to mirror image.
mirror
So now there's
image.
4.
Oh shit.
You're gonna watch as he just smiles and then lights both hammers on fire. And he just goes, more targets, more things smash.
Jesus. So good.
Alright, I'm swapping back and forth to my character sheets to make sure I'm on the right one, because each of them has different items. Okay.
Right.
Right, it doesn't matter which one I'm going to target, because I know how mirror image works, so...
Right. Because you initially target like just in general, and then like if a certain roll, that hits one of the other.
Ah, yes, that's always nice.
Well, you have to roll to hit whether
Yeah,
you hit
You still
Sarah
have to.
actually or the
You still
one
have
of the
to-
duplicates.
You still have to roll if you
Yeah.
hit one or the other. Yeah.
So that's gonna hit one of them, but it's gonna. We don't know which one it hits.
That's
So I'm not
okay.
gonna let you
Luckily,
waste a nat 20 on. So that's a. Well, no, just roll a d20 by
Well,
itself.
you have to roll like a.
oh yeah, it is a d20 by itself. That's my bad. So it would have just been 18.
Well, no, I'm not gonna let you waste a critical hit on
Oh.
the mirror
Oh, you just
image
wanna
roll.
Yeah, you roll a d20. I think.
Yeah, you just roll a
Yeah.
d20 to indicate if you hit a copy or the real one.
Yeah. You
I
get the
think
chance.
that's
you have
what
to-
he was doing with.
It's
Brian.
18.
Yeah, there we
It's 18.
Yeah. Okay, so you hit a copy on that nat 20. So do it again.
I forgot
see
it is
if-
just a flat d20.
Yeah. So do
Yeah.
it again with which. So now there's 3. Now there's 2
You have to
copies.
roll.
So
You have to roll pretty low
For-
usually, and then
for
it
burn.
changes. Yeah.
yeah.
It gets easier each time slightly.
Yep.
It's 8 or higher for
so that's
2. Yeah.
in the first
Yeah.
one.
Well, lower than 8 or well, lower than 8, I should say. But yeah,
Yeah. So roll another d20.
another d20.
I
Sure.
imagine Mittens on a lane as to rope and now and Firefoot after getting slammed to the ground and just sitting in the cardboard box with the
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
side of it being transparent from
Yeah.
the inside, and we're just watching.
The Wii, yeah, it still
Ooh,
hits.
got
Still,
closer.
it still hits one. Yeah. Next time.
So
it
now
would-
there's-
it wouldn't have though.
Now there's 1 copy and the real Sarah.
It's 11 or lower now for the third
It's
one.
fine. Ronan still has another attack left.
You have, oh, you
Well,
do have
lower,
the third
well,
one.
10 or below.
You
I should
have-
say.
I do have 3. I have the dual wielder feat and hammers.
Yeah, so they have a third.
He's
one.
like, oh
Right.
shit! I forgot Ronan hits 3 times.
Yeah, he does hit 3 times.
So roll one more d20 to determine if you
Yeah.
hit.
Now you
Ooh,
hit
okay.
towards Sarah this
Okay,
time.
now you aim for the real one.
So you get to roll your attack. Oh, doesn't hit.
I know and misses.
No, you aim, and Sarah just catches it. It's like,
Yeah.
huh? I really expected more from you.
Damn.
And what?
That's fine.
Say it's been about 30 seconds. You're just gonna randomly see like it scares me. Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're gonna just watch as he randomly like shrinks in size slowly. I just see all the memes that you just sent. That's
Yeah.
great. You're just gonna watch as he shrinks in size and like puts it back together into a cane, and then just kind of looks around. And then he's just gonna very calmly be like, "So you got any more questions?"
Sarah's gonna lean in really close. Do you sincerely not remember any of that just transpired?
He's gonna look around and notice his jacket's over on a chair, and he goes, "Oh," and then he just walks over and puts it back on, dusts himself off, and he goes, "Remember what?"
Oh my god.
Sarah's gonna turn back to her the hut. It's like, okay, I'm out of ideas.
It's incredible.
Sarah did not take. I'm actually surprised that Sarah did not take damage.
Yeah, that is pretty surprising.
I was fully prepared to either have to shield something or take damage.
If
Right.
we'd used the natural 20, because again, I would not have
Oh,
used the
yeah.
natural 20 to hit an ally. It might have hurt a little bit.
It might have, yeah.
Well, no, see, that's why I'm glad it hit
Mirror
a copy
image, yeah.
instead. But
Mirror image is really good
just-
about taking nat 20s, thankfully.
Okay, well, I guess you're telling the truth about everything as far as I can tell. Does anyone else have any last-minute things they want to ask anyone in this room?
It lasts for like
suppose
10
this-
minutes, I think.
Yeah. Well, no, I know, but that was Sarah's entire plan.
Oh, right.
Was to either see if these things were really beliefs or something he could, like, snap him out of with the right questions, and then test.
It's a pretty sound, from what you're figuring out, that it's probably just something that's just going to be there for a little while, probably.
And then Sarah's
Until
going to turn
something triggers or something.
Sarah's going to turn back to Ronif and be like, well, if you're stuck with us, this is probably the best time for you to get to know anything about us.
Is it time for you to introduce yourselves again to Ronan?
I mean,
that hasn't even crossed anyone's mind because we know him.
Well, yeah.
So
true.
the idea that we'd have to reintroduce ourselves without prompting probably has not come up.
Well, he did mention at one point, like, no, he says that none of you have told me your names or something like that. He said something along those lines.
Did anyone pay attention to that, though? Because Sarah definitely didn't.
I think they said it towards Lane specifically, considering they were...
I did specifically say it towards Lane because
Yeah.
he spoke to me, and then I just kind of, I like turn, and there's a 2-foot-tall creature speaking to me.
Lane is not 2 feet.
No, Lane's the third
Oh, wait.
tallest.
Lane is
Yeah,
not.
Lane's not...
He's like.
Yeah.
Is he taller?
Yeah,
Lane's like,
Yeah,
what,
he's
5'9"?
He's like
5 or so.
Is he
yeah.
5 foot?
Yeah, I think
No.
roughly that 5'9"-ish.
Yeah, so not like super small or anything.
Yeah, you've just got...
I just knew that half the party was tiny.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. That's fair.
You've got you and me at super tall. You've got Lane in the middle, and then you've got Dinah
two.
and Mittens being short.
Yeah, you get the
I
two
think-
smalls.
She just rewrote her delve into her bio because I realized it had gotten erased like a long time ago. So
How
I
did
wrote
it?
her as 2-5.
Oh, 2-5. Yeah.
Yes, we've got 2-1, 2-5, 5-9, 6-3. I think Sarah is, or 6-4.
Sounds about right.
Damn.
And then Ronan's like what? I think almost
6'10".
yeah.
6'2".
And then Firefoot's
Ronan has
Fire-
quite a few. Most people.
6'3", and then Firefoot's 3'5".
Yeah. That's really funny.
Okay. Well. Yeah, so, if you have anything you particularly need to know about the 5 of us, this is your best chance. No one in here can lie.
True.
Damn. First thing you say is a lie.
Well, that's technically a lie in the case that, well, like, it's not
I
technically.
can lie.
Well, yeah, they can lie specifically, but no one else can.
I can lie. Nobody else can. And you all don't know that I can lie.
Yeah, you don't know that. Only
I know
Sarah
none
knows.
of you can.
Well, you know specifically everyone, failed.
Yeah, but none of you know that I can lie.
Yeah, but no one else knows that Sarah knows about you, but you know what I mean.
And that's why he
No.
said no one here can lie.
Yeah,
That's technically telling the truth, just in a vague,
it is
vague
vague,
manner.
yeah.
No,
That's a lie.
Ronathan will just say, "No questions from me. I'm a businessman, and this seemed like a profitable adventure, especially if the Sovereign is interested in what you are currently engaged in."
Yeah, because
It's quite a-
essentially, because
quite a
the Sovereign
dangerous
being
investment.
the king of that area sent Aethera, or however you say his name. It's always, I always forget how I wanted it. It's like Aether, but with an A kind of, so it's like Aethera.
Isn't it pronounced ether?
Yeah, but he has an
A-E
A,
is E?
but he has an A on the end.
It's either Aether or Ethera. I don't
It might be
know.
Ethera, yeah, it might be Ethera. You might be right.
I've heard that it's... I say Aether, but I've heard people say Ether, and I'm just like... Why is
Yeah,
it not
it's probably Aethera or something like that.
Aethera? That's what I'm gonna say. But
Yeah, but yeah, he was sent, essentially sent with, who you now know as Ronathan, to get you to help with something in the Dragon Continent that you
do
don't
you know
the
what?
other stuff about yet.
Do you know what this mission is supposed to be?
Directed at Ronathan,
Yes.
Yeah.
he just says, "Nope," but
Yeah,
I
he
spared no
actually-
expense, so
yeah,
I
he
assume I'm
wouldn't-
going to make triple my profits.
Yeah, he wouldn't know until everyone else does, essentially.
I guess now is the best time, since now is the best time to decide whether or not we're gonna do this mission. I really don't want to get involved with that arrogant, pompous dick.
That's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear. When you hate somebody, you know they're awesome. They're great. They're a great character when you hate them.
Here's
can't-
another perspective on it. While we're over there, after we do it, if we have some spare time, we can do some sort of smear campaign.
Ooh, I
That's true.
like the way you think, Lane. You do know how to polish a turd.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I think.
I don't know.
Look, I'm trying to think let me find a look. It's like, I'm trying to find a meme for it. Yeah, here we go. Here's what Lane looks like. They're like, thank you? Question mark.
I feel like he just did this. Hold on.
Yeah. Let's see what you got. That's the first one I could come up with. Yeah, an avocado. Thanks. Yeah, kinda. I love that meme so much.
He's trying to be polite, but also confused.
Yeah, exactly.
An avocado. Thanks.
Thanks. But yeah. Now you have a little bit more reason, I guess. I don't know. Shake's head.
Look, Ronathan's just here for the money.
Here for
definitely-
the money.
I gave out, I don't know, what was it, like 1560, 1260 times 4, so knows he's gonna make more than that. He's happy.
Yeah, you definitely gave out a lot of coin.
Not including the interest on the 500 gold reliquary.
Right. So, like, in actuality, yeah, it'd be, like, closer to, like, 6,900, something like that. Pretty close to 7,000, almost. In value. So, he's definitely got a... You definitely have a decent investment into the party.
So can you make the token large and then save that as the token because it's a large creature?
I think, if I can remember. I know there's a way to do it, but I can hardly remember how sometimes.
Yeah, I think if you go on the sheet and go edit, you can set selected token.
Oh, yeah, that might work. Maybe try now.
I'll delete this one.
I got it, yeah. It should work? Ah, it
Nope.
still didn't. It's weird. It's in the spot where it should be, but, like, it didn't do the thing. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Because I thought I applied.
We can figure it out over the next week.
Maybe this? Maybe now try it? Oh,
Yep.
yeah. I just had to select, apparently.
Ah.
Weird.
Right,
Okay, I didn't realize that was that easy.
Perfect.
Cool.
Next
Alright.
I'll go through the whole rigmarole of describing how an angelic half dragon, half cat descends from the heavens every single time I summon her.
Right? It's essentially what it is, yeah. So what is the party's thoughts and feelings about this transpired thing, I guess?
Well, we got our tank back,
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be interesting.
and we have something that can.
I mean, you have half a tank back.
Half,
Yeah.
50% of the time, all the time. It's good enough for me.
50%.
I mean, that's only if you get Ronan to come out.
Yeah, it doesn't always work,
I
technically.
mean, we also have a new intelligent conversation partner for
That's
Sarah.
That's true. Sarah has someone to talk to that's on equal footing.
Do I
Yes.
have the highest intelligence in the party?
Yes.
Aside from Ronan?
Yes.
Mine's a 13?
I think so. No one else has intelligence.
Yeah.
They're wisdom based.
Yeah. Currently, Ronathan's intelligence is 16,
Yeah,
so...
exactly.
So no one has higher than a 13?
I don't think
I
so.
have a 14.
Yeah,
Oh, do you have
Okay,
14?
Dinah has a
Oh, okay.
14.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize you had a 14.
So we
I'm
can't
pretty
include
low.
Ronan in this, because I'm pretty sure I'm the only one with a negative modifier in intelligence.
So Sarah's the only one who is pompous enough to continuously show that they have intelligence.
Yes.
Dinah's is more
Right.
muted.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fitting.
Mitten says a 10.
Well-rounded.
I was intelligent enough, just not that intelligent.
Hmm. Well, I suppose.
Highly flexible.
Yeah.
I suppose Ronan part of the time is better than
60%
than me continuing to be our team's shield. Are we really going to take this mission?
It would help if I knew more about it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the glorified little errand boy doesn't seem to be any more in the light than we are.
That's a fair assumption.
You're gonna watch as Jonathan looks over at you and goes, "Errand boy and financier."
Ugh, don't remind me. I don't want to be in his debt.
I mean, heir to the throne could mean you have some, some privileges potentially. Who knows?
You all can just this is probably the most emotional and expressive any of you have seen, Sarah.
That's what I wanted to happen because it's someone that you would know, and it's it's what I wanted. I want the expression. It's good. I love it.
You all have never seen Sarah this upset about anything.
He's like, fuck this, fuck you, fuck everything.
This is the closest anybody's gotten to hearing Dinah's full name.
Oh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Thoughts, feelings, concerns.
What could be worth paying each of us 1,600 gold? I don't like the way this looks.
Dude.
All right, then keep your secrets. And this, fuck everything. Yep, exactly. That's what I thought of whenever Sarah was doing that shit. That's what I wanted. It's so good.
The next time we happen to, then when you all go to agree to this little expedition, I'm going to make myself scarce for the moment.
Oh.
Took everything in me to not attempt to strangle him where he stood. So I'd rather not put myself in a situation where I could potentially get gunned down immediately.
Oh yeah, you absolutely would have been.
And no.
They would have rifles, 100%, because they're part of the royals, so of course they'd have firearms.
Well, do what you need to do. And honestly, I know you don't like the idea of doing this anymore. Certainly less than any of us. I can tell you're frustrated with it. I know it's not going to be the best thing in the world for us to do, but as I said, dragons aren't really the kind of people you can necessarily just say no to. Is it good that that's the case? No, not at all, but that's just...
I mean, you can't. I can. I'm not afraid of
It is what it is.
lightning.
Mine just sort of gives a sad nod.
Sad.
At any rate, I've gotten all that I'm going to out of Ronathan. I guess we're stuck with this one now.
Can
Hope he
we
proves
call you
himself
Ron
useful.
for short?
Oh, Ronan is an unsophisticated name.
No, Ron.
Ronathan is
Ron.
a gentleman's name. Oh, you
Ron.
said Ron?
Yes.
Yes.
Ron.
Mitten said Ron.
How I feel about being called Ron.
I don't know how you feel about
Oh
Ron.
my god. Is he? Yeah, he's gonna be just as bad.
Seraph's like, fuck.
Fuck. This is just bully Sarah.
And you know what?
day.
I know what his response would be. He would just look at you and go, "You can call me whatever you like, as long as we make some."
If I can't beat
headway."
Sarah physically, I can beat them emotionally.
You can certainly try.
I can piss them off. I have it. I have that.
I stand by the response. He would just say, "You can call me whatever you like, as long as we make some headway relatively soon." You know what they say, time is money.
Time's money. Okay, Ebenezer.
And I suppose it'll be on all of you to go and accept this job tomorrow. The sooner we get it out of the way, the sooner I don't have to deal with him, and the sooner I don't have to be back in the desert.
So what's
Alright.
what's the consensus?
So wait, this mission would continue to be in the desert.
It's still a desert, yeah.
Because we're going. I think they said we're going. This takes place in the Blue Dragon Kingdom.
Yeah, which is considered to
Which
be a
is where
desert.
Sarah's
That's
from.
Yeah, it's where Sarah's from.
Which I don't think has gotten brought up. So-
Probably not.
So none of you know that Sarah's
Yeah.
from there, but you can guess probably based on the fact that Sarah knew him.
You could probably assume, yeah.
Well, Mittens assumes because you were so used to desert clothing.
Oh yeah, I mean that too. Picked
That
up
is
on that
Pretty good, pretty
indicator.
Yeah, pretty good indicator.
I think Dinah might assume just because like you're a tiefling and she doesn't know much about tieflings.
Jesus.
She just thinks you like hot places.
Casual racism.
Casual racism.
Imagine being more racist than the grung in the party.
Right? The grunk's not even that racist.
The grunt doesn't speak anymore. We don't know he's
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah, we don't let him speak like not the Family Guy meme where like there's like back where you came. Where's town? Back where you came.
Oh my god, I just realized. So, does everyone just recognize Sarah as a tiefling, or is anyone familiar like with what Sarah actually is besides a tiefling?
That's a good question.
Like that's an out of character question. Does
Oh.
anyone
That's a
know that
good
Sarah
question.
because Sarah is a Yuan Ti tiefling?
Nope, didn't know that.
Okay, so then yeah, so everyone kind of just recognizes the fact that Sarah is a tiefling. If we see his family or anyone who knows him, it's gonna be
Oh yes.
It's gonna be an
Oh.
interesting turn of events because obviously Sarah's the only tiefling in the family.
You know I have to do that.
Yeah, I know. That's why now that we're getting into
Now
something
give me a list of how many people will potentially be there, and I'll do it.
now I actually have to finish the backstory stuff.
Yep.
We're going to.
You got
Yeah.
you got before next time, yeah, or however.
Okay.
Yeah, the full
Now-
family tree with 80 branches.
Well, not that much. You don't have to do everything.
Now-
Just give a
now
good
so-
example of like who would be potentially there, like mother, dad, something like that.
Yeah, good job. I was working on that.
Yeah, like just a general idea at least, so I know what I'm working with.
So So Sarah's hiding from you all the fact that he doesn't want to go back to the desert, but
God.
he's hiding it by saying he doesn't want to deal with the prince, which is a stronger motivation.
I would like to remind Sarah that snakes lay from 20 to 100 eggs.
Fuck.
Not true.
I didn't do that.
No,
I
20
didn't
to-
do that.
20 to
Nah.
100 siblings.
That would be so
It depends
cruel.
on depends on the type of snake.
That would be so cruel, though. I wouldn't do that.
I would not do that to Stone.
I wouldn't do that to
I mean,
you. Like, you
plus-
have to think of everything.
Plus, it kind of defeats like the
Yeah,
whole idea
it would.
I had. I guess I could do 10, but I'm gonna leave it at 7.
7's reasonable, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Hmm.
including Sarah.
Okay, so 6. Yeah, makes sense.
No, it's 6 siblings, 7 including 7
Oh.
children including Sarah.
Oh, so it's 7 and
I have a-
you. Okay.
6 and me.
6 and you? So yeah, it's 6. Yeah.
So I have a very specific theming in mind for them.
Alright, sounds good.
Ah. I feel
So-
like you
The what?
Obviously, the 7 heavenly virtues, right?
Oh, true.
No,
It's so
that
funny.
would have been that.
God, I want that now.
No, I mean, I guess I can and make their personalities
That would be so
but like
unique. Yeah.
the actual naming scheme, I was gonna do the what is it called? The Circles of Angels.
okay, yeah. Yeah.
What is it called?
So like seraphims,
Hierarchy. The hierarchy. Of
cherubim,
Yeah, like an
Yep.
angel
cherubs,
type thing. Yeah.
God, can't think of any other ones right now.
I'm using
Term out.
I'm using 7 of them.
Yeah.
So
The
since
other three, who
we're
knows?
getting close to the end anyway, I was gonna ask what y'all think about our little plot twists we had going.
Well, I mean, I think it's a clever reintroduction for Ronan.
Yeah, I didn't
I'm
want.
excited.
I feel like both of us kind of had an idea.
My
We
bad.
didn't want.
Ronathan.
We didn't want it to be like one of those like, oop, they're here, I guess, without
Yeah.
like explanation. Because by technicality, they weren't
I had
even
to
here.
make it close enough that it made sense, because I knew that if
Yeah.
I just threw a line that looked like him, you'd be like, "Oh, it's Ronan," and then I was like, "I need a sophisticated, dapper name," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Jonathan is sophisticated." I was like, "You know what's better than Jonathan?"
Even your wife thought it was
Ronathan.
fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, that sounds, and that's why Sarah's immediate reaction was, "That sounds stupid enough to have been come up by Ronan."
Yeah, because like I remember hearing like in the background when we were in the call, like your wife's like, "What the," or whatever she said. But
And my wife was like, she's like, "Why the fuck are you being called Ronathan?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Because Ronan's stupid, so I need his name in a dapper form to be also
what
stupid."
she said some other name. I can't remember what she said. Though.
I don't remember what she said.
I just thought it was really funny what she said. Though I was like, "What the fuck?" She's so animated. I love it.
I love it. That's great.
Yeah, we had them decide what ability they could, because they would have gotten either the touch do fire damage or the 1d4 like bane type effect, which we thought the damage.
Oh
ended
yeah,
up being
we were
better.
trying to figure out what ability he had, because I was like, it's Ronan, he'd choose the fire one,
Since
but
it's based
I
off rage, it's limited. So it
already
makes sense.
do the fire one.
Yeah.
So I was like, we could either do like some creatures when you grapple them do like the bleed or poison damage or piercing damage.
Right.
I was like, we could either do that, or we could do where some creatures are harder to hit within
They
like a
they
certain
can't hit you,
distance. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the damage
And we asked
seemed
her
to be
opinion
better.
on that. She
Yeah.
was just like, the burn one. I was like, that's what I thought.
It fits. Yeah. And I have to get Sarah's opinion on what you thought about my asshole. My asshole.
Oh,
towards you.
I loved him, and I knew immediately what you were trying to go for.
I'm so glad.
That's why I responded the way I did immediately.
That's what I wanted.
I knew exactly what you were going for
I'm
with
like,
him.
oh yes, it's like your person, whatever they're called. I remember meeting them once or something like that. Like he has to be the most asshole he could be. Like he's just like he's keeping enough attention, but he just can't be bothered.
I'm surprised you went so blatant with the assholeness, and it wasn't just a
Yeah.
snide remarks directed at Sarah specifically, but like he
Everyone,
wasn't just an asshole.
Yeah, just
But like
everyone.
I like being openly just an asshole much better. I think that's
Exactly.
funny.
It makes sense for a blue dragon though. They're typically considered to be assholes.
That's why Sarah's an asshole.
Exactly.
He's from the area.
Yeah, I had to like channel my inner asshole for that one. It doesn't come out that often, but when it does, I utilize it.
Yep, I'm so glad that I knew what we were talking about, because without context clues, that could have been bad.
Oh yeah.
Let me reiterate what was just said so you understand. I had to channel my inner asshole to make sure it came out the right way.
No.
If it didn't, it would have been bad.
No, I get what you're going for. That's funny too, though.
Hey, your words, not mine.
No, I
man.
get
I'm
it.
just sitting
It
on
could have been
receiving
bad.
it.
It could have been bad. Yeah. It could have been bad.
Now I've been giving the idea of making each sibling. What is Sarah's pride?
I think.
Pride?
Is it pride?
Sarah's
Might be.
pride.
It might be pride.
What do we think? What would Sarah's be?
Are you going with the 7 deadly sins?
I'm going with the theming for their
The
personalities.
theme, yeah. So what would Sarah's be, I guess?
What do we think Sarah's would be?
Interesting.
I think pride or envy are probably the two best.
And I feel like every time, the last time I played and this time I played, Seraph has just had some vendetta vengeance to finish. So I feel like Wrath fits pretty well too.
Wrath could be, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
How Rav does that actually. Yeah, no, that could work. Rav.
That's pretty good.
Um,
Let's see. I think that's just about everything for stream. So I think I'll wrap the stream up. But thank everyone for watching, and I'll be uploading this to YouTube as always. It's just been a while since we had one, so it'll be up on there if anyone ever wants to watch it. All right. See you next week, everyone that attended the stream.